Okay, let's consider this expression 2x cubed plus 5x squared minus 4x plus 7. Okay, so let's consider this. Okay, we're going to go through some pretty important vocabulary here. Okay, so a polynomial, let's talk about what a polynomial is first. Okay, you may have guessed that what you see above is an example of a polynomial, but let's just write a polynomial as an expression of the form a times x to the k power, I'm going to say where k, oops, I got a little typo here. Okay, we're going to say where k is non-negative. Okay, so pretty much what we're saying there is that our exponents have to be positive. And if our exponents are positive, then technically, I guess that's a polynomial. Okay, so standard form. Okay, standard form is important. Okay, most polynomials will be written in standard form, and let's just say standard form of a polynomial is going to be when terms are ordered in a certain way. Okay, so the terms are actually ordered with the exponents in decreasing order. In decreasing order. Okay, so that means we're going to start with the largest exponent and then order the terms so that they're in the order where it's, goes to the next largest and the next largest. Okay, so notice in this particular polynomial we have a 3. Okay, and the next term has the 2, and the next term has a invisible 1, and then the next term has the invisible 0, right? And so, actually not the invisible 0. We're just going to call that the constant term. Forget I said that. Okay, so there we go, 3, 2, 1. So that is the polynomial that is in standard form, where the exponents or the terms are ordered, where their exponents are in decreasing order. Okay. Now the next important term that we're going to talk about is the degree. Okay, and the degree of each term of a polynomial is basically going to be the exponent of the variable. Okay, so the degree. Let's just go ahead and say degree. Let's just say the exponent of the variable. Okay, so if we look at this first term here, I could ask, okay, what's the degree of the first term? You'd say 3. If I asked you what's the degree of the second term, you would say 2. If I asked you what's the degree of the first term, or of the next term after that, excuse me, you would say 1. Okay, and so on and so forth. Okay, now the degree of the polynomial is just going to be a little bit different. Okay, the degree of the polynomial is going to be the largest degree of all of its terms. Okay, so let's just say the largest degree of all terms. Okay, so if we looked at this entire polynomial and I asked you, what's the degree of this polynomial? You would look at the term with the largest exponent. We would say this polynomial is degree 3. Okay, so pretty simple when we ask for the degree of a term or the degree of the entire polynomial. Okay, now the leading coefficient is going to be the very last thing that we have to discuss here. Okay, so basically what we're going to say is the leading coefficient, we'll say this. When the polynomial is in standard form, the leading coefficient I know I'm spelling this wrong, so I apologize. The leading coefficient is the first coefficient or first number on the left. Okay, so if you're reading this like a book and you say, okay, my my polynomials in standard form, this is your leading coefficient. It's going to be this number 2 right here. So we'd say leading coefficient is 2. I'm going to abbreviate here. Okay? We'd say the degree of the polynomial, again, degree is 3. Okay, we'd say, is it in standard form? Yes, because the exponents are in decreasing order. Okay, so I hope this was a fairly simple vocabulary lesson here with polynomials. Okay, we're going to be using this language all the time, so you need to familiarize yourself with this particular vocabulary.